and welcome back to the first vlog of 2020. My name is Rachel and I'm SewRayMe. If you're new around here then welcome, and if you're a returning viewer then welcome back. Tilly, my cat, has just walked across the table and you can see her tail, the shadow on me just now. You can find me on Instagram where I'm SewRayMe, and you can also find my Etsy shop where I am SewRayMeUk, all one word. So I hope you have had a nice break. I hope going back to work or going back to real life, whatever it is you do, wasn't too painful for you. Today's Friday, I think it's the 10th of January. Everything went back to normal on Tuesday because Monday was an in-service day with school. So this week I've just sort of been pottering about, catching up on a few things, doing a few sort of admin jobs. I was going to have a big tidy up in here, but that hasn't happened yet, so I may still do that at some point. I've been just getting a few ideas out of my head this week. I always find after I've had a few weeks off that my head is just brimming with ideas. So I've had a few new things made, I've been working on a few new things, and yeah, just keeping busy really. So I will show you one of the things that I made. This is for myself, and this is one of those ideas that I had been thinking about for a little while, kept forgetting about, and then sort of thought about again and just thought, right, I need to just get this idea out of my system. So I made this week. This is a pin pennant, and it's for displaying enamel pins and badges. So yeah. The light's not very good. I will probably put in a bit of other footage somewhere so you can see it a bit better. I'm not going to complain about the sunshine though, because it was really cold and frosty this morning, so it's nice to see the sunshine now. So I just made this really simply, made it up as I went along, and it turned out perfectly. It turned out just as I imagined, and I happened to have some wooden dowling to hand, so I managed to hang it up with that, and I just added some pom-pom trim that I had. I've never used it before, it just happened to be in my supplies, so I was quite glad that I had that. And throughout last year I had bought myself some pins, these ones, and I'd been gifted some at Christmas, and of course I have a new enamel pin out. That's my SewRayMe pin. If you watched my Vlogmas you'll have seen that towards the end. That was in my Christmas box. And that was one of my new products. And I've got some other really cool pins here. This one's Ice Cream Appreciation Society. This one says Introvert Club of One, lifetime member. And this is I'd rather be at home with my cat. Very appropriate. So these are ones I bought myself. This one was from Alphabet Bags, and this one I think, I can't remember the name of the seller off the top of my head, but I'll put it on the screen for you. And like I said, the others were gifts. This one is also another new SewRayMe product, which you cannot see at all. I'll pop in a bit of footage here. On some new badges for my shop, and they're all in my shop now, so I'll pop in a little bit of footage of the new badges as well. You will have just seen me making up the backing cards for them just so that they look nice when they go out. So I'll pop in a close-up of these so you can see them properly. I did launch these on Instagram last night, so I've had a few sales. So thank you to everyone who's ordered one. Most popular one by far is this one. It says find the joy in the everyday. So they are all in my Etsy shop now. My new enamel pins are in my Etsy shop as well. And another new product that I have, again I did show this in Vlogmas but you may not have seen it or you may not have caught up yet. I have these new wooden discs, and it's got a little lady on it, and it says my knitting nook on one side, but if you're not a knitter, the other side says my crafty corner. So they're in my Etsy shop now as well. I have also made up a couple of extra pin pennants. These will be in my shop by the time you see this vlog. I'll just show you them really quickly. So we've got one similar to my one, but we've got blue trim. This one's slightly smaller as well, it's not quite as deep. So we have that one, we've got a nice pastel one, I've just put a button detail at the bottom of that one, and then we've got this nice bright one with some lovely little lacy bits around the bottom. So they will be in my shop by the time you see the vlog. Finishing off some sewing this week as well. I had some bags that I'd started before Christmas and just hadn't got around to finishing, so I finished those and I popped them in my shop. There are a couple left. I've got some nice geometric pastels, so they are in my shop. So yeah, I've just been catching up this week. I think what I'm going to do is just film this vlog over a few days. It's the weekend coming up, so maybe we'll have some stuff to film over the weekend. I haven't actually been out and about much this week. I had intended to go out for some walks, but it just hasn't happened. It's been really bad. I've been really bad. I really need to make more effort to get out a bit more. So I'm just going to continue pottering about a bit. I have got a stack of bags here on my desk that I started to sew yesterday, so I need to finish these. I've got another stack of DPN cozies to finish, and next week I'm going to have to think about doing my accounts, and I've also got some custom orders for next week as well, so I'm looking quite busy next week as well. can show you an update on my Advent scrappy socks. As you can see, the basket of wool is going down. These ones and this one are just what's left, because I did have a mini skein, so I've only used a little bit, and that is waiting just to be wound into smaller balls to add to the socks. So I'm very nearly finished. So I am quite a good way through the socks, and I've done the heel. I did a fish lips kiss heel just because I know it's really quick and easy. So here's how I'm getting on. Doing really well. I absolutely love these socks. A white background with pink and purple speckles is definitely my kind of colour. I love all these, and I like all these ones that's got little splashes of other colours in as well. Really liking these. And pink and green together. I just love pink and green. So these are beautiful and I cannot wait to wear them, and I absolutely love them already. There's a couple of knobbly bits, but that's where I knitted in the ends so that I don't have to go back and weave them all in. They've been woven in as I knitted. I am pretty sure Jules of So Sweet Violet has a tutorial on this, and that's where I learned how to do that. So if you have a look at the tutorial, it should make sense. So all I need to do is just snip those ends off because they're already woven in. It's a bit like when you crochet your ends in as you go, it's just the same kind of thing. So you don't like my socks too short, so I'm going to continue with the yarn I'm on. I have a tiny little bit left. I'm tending to use between 2 and 3 grams of each wool. So it's given me stripes that are not too big. Obviously you can see that one there's quite a big stripe. Some of them are a little smaller. I do prefer them to be smaller rather than too big. So when I've had, say, a mini that's 20 grams, I'm only taking 2 or 3 grams off of it to make each ball, so that I'm not ending up with a whole sock, you know, with a massive amount of one colour in it. So I'll see how I get on with this one. I'll get a few more rounds in that, and then I'll see how I am for the size. When I add this one, I could always knit for a bit before I do the rib for the cuff. I don't mind doing that a little bit, and since I've got a 20 gram mini for the end, I guess I can use as much of that as I need, so that's not too bad. I'll show you something that has really helped me along with these socks. This is my storage pouch, and I make these. It's kind of difficult to build up a massive stock of these in my shop because these take quite a bit of time to make. Every now and then though there will be some in my shop. That's not what I was going to show you. What I was going to show you is what I'm keeping in here. Everything fits in this. It's like a little TARDIS. It's brilliant. So I bought this a few weeks ago. Well, probably only a couple of weeks ago because we're still only in the first week or so of January. And it's a really small set of scales. And because I was finding when I was trying to weigh out my yarns that my kitchen scales just weren't accurate enough. So these ones you can start all the way down at 0.01 gram. So even if you've only got 2 grams of wool, you can divide it easily into 2 balls of say 1 gram. Whereas on the bigger kitchen scales it just wasn't accurate enough to do half. If you want to do 1.5 grams per ball or whatever, it would just sort of flicker between the 2 grams and the 3 grams and stuff like that. I hope that makes sense. So they've been really good because a lot of the smaller balls I got in my advents were just 5 grams. So obviously trying to divide that on the big scales, I wasn't getting it accurate enough to get like 2.5 grams per ball. So this has been really handy. I got this on eBay. It was about £5 or £6. You can get them on Amazon as well, but I tend to find that eBay usually offers free delivery, whereas Amazon doesn't always offer free delivery, and it just sorts out a bit cheaper on eBay usually. So I got that, and luckily it didn't take long to arrive. There's lots on there, so if you have a look you'll find them. So yeah, that's going to be really handy in future as well for doing scrappy socks, and even dividing the yarns for like toes and heels and stuff. It just makes it a bit more accurate. So that is something that I thought I would just share with you, and it's helped me along with my socks. I can show you my other Christmassy socks. They're still in my Christmas bags. I was thinking of moving my scrappy socks into another bag that wasn't Christmassy, but I suppose they're nearly finished, so I don't know if it's worth it. It's nearly 3:30, the light's really drawing in, so I'm sorry if this is getting a bit dark, but here's the Impossible Girl socks, that's what these were called. I'm not sure if you can see the pattern on these brilliantly. Maybe when I wear them I'll get a photo and you can just see it a bit clearer, but there is just a really nice little detail there that is a mock cable. It looks like a cable, but it's not quite as complicated as using a cable needle. So that was easy enough for me to do, so if I can do it, anyone can do that. And it's a 4-row pattern repeat. Free pattern on Ravelry, it's called Impossible Girl. So I've done the heel in those. I just stuck to the same yarn for these ones. Done the heel and I've just moved on to a few rounds past that. So yeah, I need to do a bit more work on those, and it shouldn't be long before they're finished either. I'm not finding that they are taking too long, even with the pattern. It's it's a very easy pattern, so there's no problems with those, and I'm quite sure that I'll get them finished shortly as well. Good morning, it's Saturday today. It's a horrible day, it's absolutely pouring with rain. We're going to head to a nearby town. We're going to go into the shopping centre. Joshua's got some Christmas vouchers to spend, so I may as well be indoors. I straightened my hair a bit today, which is probably pointless because if I get caught in the rain it's just going to go all curly anyway. We've had our breakfast, crepes today. We'll get a new waffle machine in a few weeks' time. I'm sure Aldi will have them in as it gets nearer to Pancake Day, so I'll just get one there when I go shopping. So yeah, hopefully we'll be back later this afternoon and can just sort of get cosy and chill around the house. I didn't buy much at the shops yesterday, but I did buy some new PJs. There's nothing better than new PJs, is there? These are so comfy. I always go for like a bigger size so that they're really loose and comfy. So I got 2 tartan bottoms and a nice stripy top, which is super soft. It's like so soft and baggy and so comfy. Love new jammies. And Joshua bought himself a remote control car with some of his Christmas money. He took that to the gym this morning while I was in my trampolining class, and he had a whole empty gym hall on the other side to play about with this, so he was in his element. So we need to recharge the batteries, and I'm just going to go and pick him up now from his trampolining class. I had better give you the info on the next mystery box. If you're new around here, and I do get some comments sometimes saying, what on earth is a mystery box, what are you talking about? Last year I launched the SewRayMe mystery boxes, and basically there's a theme, a different theme every time, and you can order a box and it's a surprise box based on the theme. The only things that I can tell you are that in your box you will receive a project bag, obviously tied into the theme. You'll receive a mini skein of yarn as well that has been dyed by an indie dyer company, most of whom you probably have heard of on Instagram, if you're on Instagram. So the yarn will tie in with the theme, and the usually ties in with the fabric that I've used for the bag as well, and there'll also be some other little gifts in the box tying in with the theme. So far we've had bees, which I launched last June, and then we had in the autumn, we had autumn hygge. I think there's just been 2. Feels like there's been so many more, but it's been a really fun process, and it was an idea that had been floating about my head for ages, and I just decided last year to just go ahead and launch it and do it, and they were really popular, and everyone that received one well, had lots of great feedback as well. And I do Christmas boxes as well, which are a bit bigger, so there's obviously a lot more in them. I've been doing those ones for a few years now. So within the next few days I'm going to launch the next SewRayMe mystery box, and I'm hoping to have this one out by the end of February. February of course is Valentine's month. I don't want to go down the whole route of doing a Valentine's theme, a love theme, although I am going to go for well, a kind of love theme. And if you follow my vlog, you will know that I'm all into sort of self-care, self-love, and just sort of doing things to make yourself happy. So the theme of this box is going to be self-love. Obviously that is open to interpretation, my interpretation, because I'm putting the gifts together. All I can say really is, if you like my tastes, if you like my aesthetics, if you like what you see on my vlogs, on my Instagram and in my shop, then you should like the box. The boxes are going to go on sale on my Etsy shop on Tuesday the 14th of January. They'll be in my Etsy shop for pre-order at 7 p.m, and I live in Scotland, so you can work out, if you're in another country, you can work out what time that will mean for you. The boxes are priced at £25 each, and then there's postage on top of that, so wherever you are in the world, just check the listing for the postage costs to your country. There will be a limited number, so once they've sold out, that's it. They will be gone, there won't be any more. Yeah, I'm not sure what else I can tell you. Yeah, they should ship out by the end of February, and I'm already thinking ahead to the next theme. I know what the next one's going to be. I haven't really thought much further ahead than that, so I need to maybe have a think about some more themes for the rest of the year. But yeah, that is the news on the latest box. signed up this year to do the Big Garden Bird Watch. This is run by the RSPB, and it's just a massive survey to see what birds are, or what the patterns of the birds are doing in Britain. So they've sent us a nice poster for identification. And we get most of these in the garden. We don't get a green finch. Yeah, we get everything apart from the green finch there. So that'll be quite fun to do. So you sit for an hour and record what birds come into your garden on the dates specified, and then at the end you tally it all up and send it back to them with how many birds of each sort you've seen. And there's also a little bit there to record whether you've seen anything else in the garden. So I think that is the 25th to the 27th of January.